This is a Magnavox DV220MW9, and the complaint is that it plays for about 10 seconds and then shuts off and ejects the tape when you turn the power back on. So let's go ahead and find out, verify the customer's concern. Power is on. Pop a tape in it. Seems to load correctly. And it looks like it's playing just fine. And it does shut down. Upon re-power up, it does actually eject the tape, but the power does stay on. So let's go ahead and pop the tape back into it, and I'll hit stop this time during the loading process so it doesn't autoplay. Oh, and I can't stop it. Oh, and it's trying to load the whole time. Interesting. Mode select switch? Possibly. So if you watch the loading motor right here, it's turning, stops, it's turning, and it's continuing to turn. It's still running. Let's go ahead and put a mark on it so it's easier to see. So power back up. You can see it's turning, ejecting the tape, no problem. Reload the tape. Loads, stops. Then it continues to load. That is the problem. Could it be just a slipping belt? It just hasn't completely loaded. The belt looks okay, but it might be glazed. I'm going to try to help it this time. There, it finished loading. Oh, it's still trying. There, it finished. I think it's got a slipping belt. Let's go ahead and just clean the belt with some magical solution acetone, and we'll see if that alleviates the problem. Because as you can see right now, it's playing absolutely perfect. I can't fast forward it though. I wonder why. Stop. And it won't let me stop either. I know the customer's been into this, so possibly the front panel is unconnected at this point. Because I'm pressing stop, rewind, fast forward. The only thing that works is the power button. Yeah, I can't even eject it. So let's pop the front panel and take a look at the keyboard switches and see if they're actually connected. So as you can see, the keypad switches are part of the main board. So I'm not understanding what the problem is unless there's damage to the main board, possibly by removing it and trying to service it. Well, let's go ahead and try to clean that belt and see if it successfully completes loading at that point, and then we'll address the keyboard issue later. I do notice that the DVD VCR function does work. You can see the light changing down here when I push it. So it is changing from the VCR to the DVD mode, just none of the front panel switches are working whatsoever. So the belt is off. I have a paper towel pretty much soaked with acetone, and I'm just going to go ahead and drag the belt through it to remove any glaze from it. Get it back down to bare rubber. You can see how nasty it is. We'll do that several times. Okay, looking much better. You can see the very first time I did it, how much it got off, and each subsequent time got a little bit less off till the last time almost nothing came off the belt, so I'm pretty happy with that. Next, we'll go ahead and clean the pulleys with a cotton swab and some acetone as well. So hopefully you can see kind of some of this as I'm just wiping the cotton swab in the groove of the pulley. And we'll do the same thing on the motor pulley as well. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. You can see all the gunk it took off. Some of that was actually my Sharpie that I put on the pulley so I can tell if it's rotating, but definitely got a lot of stuff off. Okay, belt is reinstalled. No creases in the belt, so that means it rides totally straight. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up and see if it takes the tape. And then possibly we'll address the front panel concern after that. Okay, power is on. Let's go ahead and pop a tape into it and see if it loads. And it does load, and the loading motor did stop running, so that is a very good thing. And we'll give it a few seconds and see if it stops. And it seems to be playing absolutely perfectly at this point. So I'm going to try to hit the stop button here. And I get no response. Nothing. None of the buttons do. Well, wait a minute. I got to fast forward out of it. Oh, and play's working. I think it's just the switches are bad. Sure enough, the play button works fine. So that was fast forward. If I give it enough pressure, it actually takes off. There's play. So let's work on the stop switch. Just exercise that. There it goes. So the switches are just oxidized. Let's go and shoot some Deoxit down in there and see if we can clean those contacts. All right, let's see if that made any kind of a difference at all. Stop. Oh, stopped right off the bat. Fast forward. Well, it took a little effort, but it does work. Stop. Rewind. So the fast forward button is the only button right now that has any kind of concern. You have to add just a little bit of extra pressure to it to get it to work. Might just need to be exercised a little bit more. And let's see if play actually works. Perfect. I have a feeling this customer uses the remote on this and not the front panel buttons, which is probably why they're badly oxidized. But anyhow, that is the problem. Let's see if it'll give the tape back now. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and give it back to the customer as is. The mechanism looks dirty, but the tape path looks very clean. So I think I'm just going to give it back at a minimal charge, let the customer have it back, and hopefully everything is good at this point. Well, upon closer inspection, I do think I want to go ahead and clean it. Look at all the crud that's on the cylinder. Those little grooves are actually there to suck in air as it's playing to keep the tape from physically touching the head. And if they become clogged, it can actually cause problems. You can always tell where the heads are by looking at the Allen head screws on the cylinder. So there's going to be 2 Allen head screws for a 4-head machine to adjust the physical height of each head. And so there's one of the heads, 2 Allen screws. Somebody put a little mark right here. 2 Allen screws and another mark. And then there is the other head. So let's just go ahead and give it a quick wipe down with a cotton swab and some acetone. And I know the haters are going to say you can't use acetone, and especially you can't use a cotton swab to clean video heads. Well, once again, here to tell you, been doing this since about 1982, so almost 40 years now. And I've been using cotton swabs the whole time. So I haven't actually cleaned the heads yet. I'm just doing the drum at this point, just to see how much crud we get off of it. And then we'll clean the heads next. But that's all the stuff that just came off of the drum. So we'll give the drum One more sweep. I'm going to stop right before the video heads. That's pretty good. Second time, almost got nothing off. Now we're going to clean the video heads. And I'm going to clean it with just basically the stock of the cotton swab. I'm not going to use the big fluffy end of it whatsoever. I'm just going to go ahead and just clean them just with very light horizontal pressure. And once again, we got that much crud off. So we'll go ahead and clean the lower cylinder now. Keeping in mind, I want to make sure the heads are positioned out of the way as I wipe the lower drum, lower cylinder assembly off. And so that much crud came off of the lower cylinder. So I'm going to finish by doing a complete tape path cleaning, everything that touches the tape. I'm going to wipe off. This is the audio control head. The audio portion is up on the top right here, and the control pulse is on the bottom. This is the audio erase head. The black part, kind of hard to see with the camera, but we'll wipe that off completely. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Next, I'll just go ahead and clean the optical pickup on the DVD player. This one is not a recorder, just a DVD player. And I'm gonna say this one is definitely very much badly in need of a cleaning. There it is as I shine a LED flashlight across the lens. Look at all the dirt and dust on that thing. Let's go ahead and get a cotton swab just moistened with regular household glass cleaner, nothing with ammonia because it will strip the optical coating. And then I'm just going to go ahead and apply a very gentle pressure and clean in a circular motion. So that certainly looks much better than when we started. Well, let's go ahead and pop it together and see if everything works. Okay, let's pop a tape into it. I'm expecting to see some noise in the picture because of the switch mode power supplies in my video lights, but it is loading. And that's the noise I expect to see. It's a 60 hertz noise and some switch mode power supply noise all at the same time. But it did actually load, it is playing. Let's go ahead and see if the DVD player actually works. Let's stop the VHS, and the stop button works perfectly. Switch it over to DVD. Go ahead and open the drawer, and I will pop a DVD into it that was recorded on a different unit and see if it can read the table of contents and play the disc. And it read the table of contents successfully. So we'll hit play. And it is actually playing. There it is. That is it. It is working. Well, I certainly hope you enjoyed the repair on the Magnavox VCR DVD player, DV220MW9. Incidentally, this customer did drop off 2 of these units. So we will look at the next one as well, and hopefully there will be a video to follow on it. Go ahead and leave me a question, a comment, a concern down below, good or bad. I try to respond to the comments when I have time. While you're down there, hit that subscribe button and like this video. It really does help my channel grow. You can follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at norcal715. You can email me, norcal715videos@gmail.com. That is the best way to contact me. Please be patient. I do have a full-time job and I do this in my spare time. Remember, with your help, we can try to keep these things out of the landfill, out of the recycle bin, and out of the e-waste facility. Everybody, thank you for making it to the end of this video. I really do appreciate it. Everyone have a great day. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.